A human cadet just humiliated the most advanced military academy in the galaxy. Not with weapons, not with technology, with a kitchen knife. The Galactic Defense Institute had trained warriors for 3,000 years. They'd perfected combat across 47 star systems. Their blade instructors could cut through titanium plating with ceremonial daggers. But they were holding their knives backwards, and a 22-year-old human from Earth pointed it out on his first day. This isn't just a funny story about cultural differences. It's about something way bigger. It's about why humans terrify every other species in the galaxy. It's about the one advantage we have that no alien race can replicate. Here's what I'm going to show you today. First, how a simple correction about knife grip exposed a fundamental flaw in alien combat doctrine. Second, why human anatomy gives us abilities that aliens consider impossible. And third, the shocking reason the Galactic Council fears Earth more after this incident than before. The Academy tried to bury this story. They failed. Let me show you exactly how this happened. The year is 2287. Humanity just joined the Galactic Coalition. We're the new kids, the awkward species that still uses gunpowder and eats solid food. Most alien races discovered faster-than-light travel 2,000 years before we invented the wheel. The Galactic Defense Institute sits on Kepler 442b. It's the most prestigious military academy in known space. Graduates command fleets. They negotiate treaties. They stop wars before they start. Earth gets 3 spots. 3 humans out of 8 billion. Our guy is Tyler Cross. Farm kid from Montana. He scored perfect on every entrance exam. The interviewers were confused. Human brains supposedly couldn't process multidimensional tactical scenarios. Tyler solved them in half the expected time. He arrives on Kepler 442b with 2 other humans. His classmates are Priya Sharma from Mumbai and Alex Okonkwo from Lagos. They're equally brilliant, equally unprepared for what they're about to face. The academy doesn't separate species. Everyone trains together. Tyler's squad includes a Vrexian, 8 feet tall, 4 arms, exoskeleton like tank armor. There's a Zentari, jellyfish-like being that communicates through bioluminescence. A Korthax, reptilian species that sees in infrared. And Tyler, the human, 5'10", 2 arms, questionable posture. First week is orientation. The cadets learn academy history. They tour the facilities. They get their standard issue equipment. Everything seems normal. Then comes week 2, combat fundamentals. The Galactic Defense Institute teaches blade work first. Not because knives win space battles. Because blade combat teaches discipline, spatial awareness, and respect for close quarters. Every cadet gets a training knife. It looks like a kitchen knife. 6-inch blade. Simple grip. Nothing fancy. Instructor Zax Voren stands at the front. He's Vrexian, 300 years old. He's trained 40,000 cadets. He holds his knife up for demonstration. "This is proper grip," he announces. His voice translates through everyone's neural implant. Blade forward, thumb along spine, arm extended. Tyler looks at the knife. He looks at Zax Voren's massive 4-fingered hand. He looks at the grip. Something's wrong. Now here's where things get really interesting. Tyler raises his hand. "Sir, excuse me. Are you holding that backwards?" The entire room goes silent. 147 cadets, 12 species. Everyone stares. Zax Voren's exoskeleton shifts. It's the Vrexian equivalent of blinking hard. "Explain your question, Cadet Cross." Tyler stands. He holds up his training knife. "The way you're gripping it, the blade's pointing away from your thumb. That's a reverse grip, for stabbing downward, but you said this is for forward strikes." Zax Voren's translator pauses. "This is forward grip. The blade extends from the fist. The thumb provides stability." "That's not how humans hold knives," Tyler says. He adjusts his grip. Blade pointing forward. Thumb on one side, fingers wrapped around the handle. This is forward grip. The blade becomes an extension of your arm. You can slice, chop, and thrust. Your wrist has full range of motion. Another instructor steps forward. Lieutenant Kell, a Gentari. Cadet Cross. We've used this grip for 3 millennia, across 47 worlds, in 17 major conflicts. Are you suggesting galactic military doctrine is incorrect? Tyler looks uncomfortable. I'm not saying it's wrong for everyone. I'm saying it's backwards for humans. Demonstrate, Zax Voreen commands. Tyler walks to the practice dummy. It's made of synthetic flesh that registers cuts. He holds his knife the human way, thumb and fingers creating a hammer grip. Blade extending like a pointer finger. He makes 3 quick motions: slash across, thrust forward, slice upward. The dummy registers 3 clean hits. Precision cuts. The kind that would disable an opponent instantly. Now watch this, Tyler says. He switches to the Academy grip. Blade pointing away from thumb. Fist closed around handle. He tries the same 3 motions. The slash is awkward. The thrust is weak. The upward slice is nearly impossible without twisting his entire arm. The room erupts in confused clicking, humming, and bioluminescent flashing. Everyone's talking at once. Silence! Zax Voran booms. He walks to Tyler, picks up a knife. Studies it. Studies his own hand. Studies Tyler's hand. Then he sees it. Your thumb, Zax Voran says slowly. It opposes your other fingers. Yes, sir, Tyler confirms. Opposable thumbs. All humans have them. This is the moment everything changes, because opposable thumbs are rare in the galaxy. Most species have gripping appendages, claws, tentacles, pincer-like digits, but true opposable thumbs, the kind that can rotate and press against fingers with precision, only exist in 3 known species: humans, a small primate species on Deneb IV, and the extinct architects who built the stargates. Zax Voran holds his own hand up. 4 fingers, no opposing digit. We grip by closing our fingers around an object. Like a fist, the thumb provides no additional angle. Exactly, Tyler says. But human thumbs let us grip in multiple ways. Hammer grip, pinch grip. We can rotate our wrists independently. Our shoulder joints move 360 degrees. He demonstrates. Spins his arm in a full circle. The alien cadets stare in horror. Several Gentari flash bright red, their species' version of shock. That's not normal, Lieutenant Kell says quietly. Your arm detached? No, Tyler laughs. It's still attached. Humans just have really flexible joints. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. The knife demonstration changes everything, but not in the way you'd expect. Zax Voran doesn't dismiss Tyler's observation. He does something unprecedented. He calls an emergency faculty meeting. 18 senior instructors gather in the strategy dome. They review footage of Tyler's demonstration. They examine human anatomy files, Earth medical scans, skeletal structures. What they discover terrifies them. Dr. Kelvin, the Academy's xenobiology expert, presents his findings. Humans aren't just flexible. They're evolutionarily designed for persistence and adaptation. Their joints allow extreme range of motion. Their hands can grip 63 distinct ways. Their shoulder structure enables overhead throwing with lethal force. Many species can throw, Zax Voreen counters. Not like humans, Kelvin continues. A human can throw a projectile at 90 miles per hour. With accuracy at 50 yards, their shoulder joint rotates independently from their torso. It's a biological impossibility in most species. The room goes quiet. Throwing doesn't sound dangerous, until you realize what it means. Humans evolved as pursuit predators. We didn't chase prey and kill it quickly. We chased it until it collapsed from exhaustion. We threw rocks and spears while running. We outlasted everything. Our joints are loose because we needed endurance over power. Our hands are flexible because we needed to use tools. Our shoulders rotate because we needed to throw things while moving. Every other species in the galaxy evolved differently. The Rexians are ambush hunters, 4 arms for grappling, exoskeletons for protection. They strike once and overpower. The Gentari are filter feeders. They never hunted at all. The Korthax are pursuit hunters too, but they use speed and venom, not endurance. Humans are the only known species that evolved to chase prey for days until it died of exhaustion. Then eat it, then do it again tomorrow. Lieutenant Kell asks the obvious question. Why does this matter for knife combat? Dr. Kelvin pulls up a simulation. Because human combat doctrine assumes capabilities other species don't have. Watch. The simulation shows a human fighting with a knife. The human ducks, weaves, spins. The knife flashes from 15 different angles, overhead strikes, underhand thrusts, lateral slashes, reverse grip switches mid-combat. No other species can do this, Kelvin explains. The Rexian grip is optimized for their anatomy. 4 arms mean they can attack from multiple angles simultaneously. They don't need wrist flexibility. The Korthax have tail strikes and venom. The Gentari use electrified tendrils. But humans, he continues, humans only have 2 arms, so they evolved to make those 2 arms do the work of 4, or 6, or 8. The implications hit everyone at once. Human combat techniques aren't wrong. They're just designed for a body type that's unique in the galaxy. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. The faculty meeting ends with a decision. They won't change the curriculum, but they'll add an optional human combat module. Tyler will help design it. This seems reasonable. This seems safe. Then Admiral Kress shows up. Admiral Kress commands the Galactic Defense Fleet. She's Rexian, 400 years old. She's seen wars that destroyed solar systems. She's negotiated peace treaties with hive minds and digital consciousnesses. She watches Tyler's knife demonstration, studies the human anatomy reports. Then she asks one question. If humans have this level of adaptation, what else have we missed? The research team goes deeper. They analyze human history, military tactics, evolutionary biology, cultural development. What they find changes galactic politics forever. Humans are the only species that weaponized everything, every single thing. The Rexians developed blade weapons for ceremony. Humans developed 47 types of swords, each optimized for different combat scenarios. The Gentari discovered fire, used it for warmth. Humans discovered fire, immediately figured out 17 ways to use it as a weapon. The Korthax learned to domesticate animals for companionship. Humans domesticated wolves, then bred them into war dogs, then bred different dogs for different types of warfare. Dr. Kelvin presents his final report. Humans don't adapt to their environment. They adapt their environment to themselves. And when they can't do that, they adapt themselves. He shows examples. Humans in Arctic regions developed clothing that keeps them warm at -50 degrees. Humans in deserts developed techniques to find water where there is none. Humans in mountains adapted to low oxygen by developing larger lung capacity. But here's what concerns me, Kelvin says. Humans also adapt psychologically. They developed warfare strategies that don't require superior technology. Guerrilla tactics, asymmetric warfare, psychological operations. He pulls up Earth's military history. In their year 1776, a group of farmers with outdated weapons defeated the most powerful military on their planet. How? By refusing to fight the way they were expected to fight. In 1940, a small island nation held off an invasion force 10 times their size. How? By adapting their civilian infrastructure into military assets. In 1968, a technologically inferior force fought a superpower to a standstill. How? By making the war too expensive to continue. Admiral Kress listens to all of this. Her exoskeleton darkens. the Vrexian sign of deep concern. So humans don't just adapt physically, they adapt strategically. They change the rules of engagement. Exactly, Kelvin confirms. Every other species in the Coalition fights wars to win. Humans fight wars to survive, and they'll use any method necessary. The knife incident wasn't about knives, it was about perspective. Tyler didn't just show them a different grip. He showed them that humans see combat differently, see tools differently, see problems differently. The Galactic Defense Institute teaches tactics that worked for 3,000 years, across 47 worlds, against hundreds of different species. But they've never faced humans before. Not in war, not in competition, not in any scenario where human adaptability matters. So what does all this mean for us today? Admiral Kress makes a classified report to the Galactic Council. The contents leak 3 weeks later. Here's what it says. Humanity represents a unique threat to galactic stability, not through aggression, through unpredictability. The report outlines 3 major concerns. First, human adaptability makes them impossible to predict. Every model the galaxy uses for warfare assumes species fight according to their evolutionary strengths. Vrexians use overwhelming force. Korthax use speed and ambush. Gentari use coordinated swarm tactics. Humans use whatever works. They change tactics mid-battle. They improvise. They turn civilian infrastructure into weapons. They make allies with enemies to defeat bigger enemies. Then they negotiate peace while preparing for the next conflict. Second, human culture values individualism. Most galactic species think collectively. Hive minds, clan structures, hierarchical command trees. Orders flow down, everyone obeys. Humans have chain of command. But human soldiers are trained to disobey orders if the situation changes. They're expected to adapt independently, make decisions on the fly, show initiative. To a Vrexian commander, this is chaos. To a human commander, it's standard operating procedure. Third, and most disturbing to the Council, humans don't know how dangerous they are. They think they're the weak species, the newcomers, the ones who need protection. Tyler didn't correct Zax Vorin's knife grip to show dominance. He did it because he genuinely thought they were making a mistake. He wanted to help. This is what scares the Galactic Council most. Human helpfulness combined with human lethality. They'll teach you 17 ways to kill someone with a spoon while making you lunch, and think they're being friendly. The report recommends 3 options. Option 1, restrict human access to military training. Keep them in civilian roles. Scientists, diplomats, entertainers. Option 2, integrate humans carefully. Monitor their adaptations. Limit their access to strategic planning. Option 3, embrace human tactics. Learn from them. Incorporate their adaptability into galactic doctrine. The Council debates for 6 weeks. 47 species, hundreds of representatives, thousands of years of collective experience. They choose option 3, but with conditions. Humans can attend the Galactic Defense Institute, can serve in coalition forces, can teach their combat techniques, but they must also learn galactic methods, must understand why other species fight differently, must respect that better for humans doesn't mean better for everyone. Tyler Cross becomes an instructor at age 23, youngest in Academy history. He teaches a course called Adaptive Combat Dynamics. It's optional. 40% of cadets enroll. The course doesn't teach human techniques. It teaches perspective, how to recognize that your species' way isn't the only way, how to adapt tactics for different anatomies, how to think outside your evolutionary parameters. Priya Sharma develops a similar course for engineering. Why do humans over-engineer everything? Becomes a legitimate academic question. The answer, because humans evolved in environments that tried to kill them constantly, revolutionizes galactic safety protocols. Alex Okonkwo focuses on logistics. Turns out humans are uniquely good at supply chain management, because human tribes survived by sharing resources across vast distances. No other species evolved this need. Their territories were smaller, their populations more stable. 3 humans changed 3 fields of galactic doctrine, with a knife grip, an observation, and a willingness to speak up. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. 2 years after the knife incident, something unexpected happens. A border conflict erupts between the Vrexian Dominion and the Korthax Empire. Both are coalition members, but old rivalries run deep. The Galactic Council sends peacekeepers, mixed-species teams, trained in traditional doctrine. The peacekeepers fail. Vrexian and Korthax troops escalate. Within days, the conflict spreads to 3 star systems. Admiral Kress makes an emergency call. To Earth. We need human advisors. Now. Tyler Cross, Priya Sharma, and Alex Okonkwo deploy with coalition forces. Not as soldiers, as tactical consultants. They arrive at the border zone, study the situation, then they do something nobody expects. They don't propose a military solution. They propose a trade agreement. The Vrexians want access to mineral-rich asteroids in Korthax space. The Korthax want protection from pirates who stage raids from Vrexian territory. The humans broker a deal. Vrexians get mining rights. Korthax get Vrexian patrol ships stationed in their border regions. Both sides get what they want, without firing a shot. Admiral Kress asks Tyler the obvious question. How did you see what we missed? Tyler shrugs. You were trying to stop a war. We were trying to understand why it started. Humans are good at that. We've fought enough stupid wars to recognize the pattern. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Human adaptability isn't just physical, it's not just tactical, it's cognitive. Humans are the only species that evolved in environments that required constant problem solving. We didn't have exoskeletons or venom or size. We had brains that could think around problems, find solutions that didn't rely on superior strength. So when Tyler saw Zax Vorin holding a knife wrong, he didn't see disrespect. He saw a problem with a solution. When the Council saw a border war, they saw military positions and strategic assets. The humans saw 2 species with needs that could be satisfied through cooperation. This is why the Galactic Council fears Earth. Not because humans are aggressive, because humans are creative. We solve problems by changing the parameters, by asking what if instead of how do we. The knife incident becomes legend. Every cadet at the Galactic Defense Institute learns the story, not as a lesson in combat, as a lesson in perspective. Instructor Zax Vorin still teaches blade work, but now he starts class with a demonstration. He holds up a knife in proper Vrexian grip. Then he calls a human cadet forward. They demonstrate human grip. Both are correct, Zax Vorin tells his students. Both are wrong. The question isn't which grip is better. The question is, better for whom? Better for what purpose? Better in what situation? Tyler graduates top of his class, gets job offers from 17 different coalition fleets. He turns them all down. He goes home to Earth, opens a dojo in Montana, teaches mixed martial arts with a focus on alien anatomy. His students are human kids who want to join the coalition forces. The galaxy doesn't need more warriors, he tells them. It needs more people who can see problems from multiple angles, who can adapt, who can ask the right questions. Priya returns to Mumbai, starts an engineering firm that specializes in adapting galactic technology for human use and human technology for alien use. Alex goes to Lagos, launches a logistics company that revolutionizes interstellar supply chains by applying human concepts of redundancy and flexibility. 3 humans. 1 observation, and the entire galaxy learns that sometimes the newcomer sees what the experts miss. If this opened your eyes to how human adaptability changes everything, You need to hear what happened next. Here's what we covered today. First, a simple correction about knife grips revealed that human anatomy is uniquely suited for adaptive combat. Our opposable thumbs and flexible joints give us capabilities most species lack. Second, this physical difference reflects a deeper truth. Humans evolved as persistence predators who solve problems through creativity, not strength. We weaponize everything. We adapt constantly. We change tactics mid-battle. Third, the Galactic Council fears humanity not because we're aggressive, but because we're unpredictable. We don't follow the rules. We change them. And finally, 3 human cadets proved that being the newcomer is an advantage. Fresh eyes see solutions that experts miss. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button. We've got more HFY content coming. Stories about humans doing impossible things and aliens wondering how we survived this long. Drop a comment telling me, what human ability do you think would surprise aliens most? Our endurance, our throwing skills, our ability to eat almost anything. I read every comment, and your ideas shape future videos. Next video drops in 3 days. It's about a human engineer who accidentally invents artificial gravity while trying to fix a broken coffee maker. You don't want to miss that one. For those who want to go deeper, I've got a free newsletter. Every week I break down the science behind these HFY stories. Real evolutionary biology, actual military history, the facts that make the fiction believable. Links in the description. Thanks for watching. Remember, humans didn't become the apex predator by being the strongest. We became it by being the most stubborn and the most creative. That's what makes us terrifying. That's what makes us human. See you in the next one.